Hello, CardRunners. This is Villie, aka GoGetaRealJob. I'm back for part 2 of my Zoom 500 series. At the end of part 1 I mentioned that I might be going through some differences between Zoom and regular play. I'd say that in general the consensus is that Zoom plays a bit tighter than regular play. There are a lot of grinders playing a combination of Zoom 100 and Zoom 200, for example. And when you're 8-tabling Zoom, it's obviously an insane amount of hands and a ridiculous amount of information to process at an extremely fast pace. But I think at the Zoom 500, it's really quite player-specific. There are some regs who are simply 2-tabling Zoom 500 with no additional tables. Personally, I sometimes play 4 tables of Zoom 500 and a couple of regular tables on the side, which admittedly already rushes me quite a bit. So getting this false sense of security in that you won't be played back at in marginal spots is certainly something that you need to be cautious about. Many of the regs who are confident enough to start grinding Zoom 500 on a regular basis certainly have a strong enough routine to be able to handle 4 tables of Zoom without too many issues. So with that in mind, I think it's a good idea to sometimes do a player search on the regs that you're playing against. For instance, yesterday I noticed that one reg was playing 2 tables of Zoom 500 and 8 regular tables at the same time. He's no doubt an SNE grinder with great routine, but under such a pressure with hands coming up all over his monitors, he might be exploitable by floating and raising a bit more liberally. But other than that, I don't really feel that the dynamic is all that different from regular mid-stakes play. On that, I am obviously happy to welcome any opposing views for evaluation. Anyways, I think that's just about what I wanted to say before jumping into the action. Let's go ahead and carry on with the footage. On table 2, we have a standard C-bet against the small blind. And on table 3, I'm about to put the crippled short stack all in. He does take it down with his double-suited trash. To be honest, I was expecting quite a wide range at that stack depth. Gonna defend my OK 8s on table 3. Flop the second nuts. Plan is to go for the check raise here to get value from combos like flush draw plus overpair. Button stab, small blind raises, definitely not going anywhere. And we take it down against the nut flush draw. Bit of a pre-flop spot on table 4. A half stacker on the button, 3 bets are cut off open. He's 3-betting quite a wide range, 13% almost at this point. I didn't check his positional 3-betting for this particular hand, but I believe we can assume it's at least that, given positions. I end up folding pre-flop, firstly because this particular hand doesn't flop all that strong in 3-bet pots, and secondly, since his range is not very easy to define, I could easily be making a ton of mistakes post-flop.